I think we are live now. I made a little bit of mistake. Anyways, welcome to my stream. Today's stream is about this Anthropic Model Context Protocol for Claude, but not only. So, yeah, what it is. Recently, people were hyping it a little bit. There were videos, and my first impression was, wait a second, how is this different from OpenAI's custom GPTs actions that OpenAI released last year in October? Uh, why are people hyping? And I wanted to answer questions, and this is what the stream is about. I will be exploring what the Model Context Protocol is and making some notes. I will be making notes on how it's different or the same as OpenAI custom GPTs actions. We will test some reference servers they have here, and we will try to make our own server, replicating something I did before for ChatGPT, where for ChatGPT I made so-called ChatGPT Server Commander, a tool that gives access to editing files and running terminal commands on your servers or local machines. So we will try to make similar server for Claude, just here on the stream. So it's kind of like live hackathon and exploration. So let's see. Yeah, so this is repository. Here will be code and here will be notes that we'll collect during the live stream, and we will start exploring. Let's first try to answer this question. So here is the blog post. So what we see here is that they write that they are announcing an open sourcing model context protocol, a new standard for connecting AI assistants to systems where data lives, including repositories, business tools, and development environments. I think this is a thing to copy. This is like first thing. So MCP addresses this challenge. It provides universal open standard for connecting AI systems with data sources, replacing fragmented integrations with single protocol. That's a good thing. If it is picked up. So if industry picks this up and this becomes a standard, something like what's interesting, OpenAI used a so-called Open API schema for this, which is basic way of how to describe your APIs. APIs is application, forgot what was API. It was application programmable interface. Yeah, I forgot this word. So what that is that applications usually have like a series of commands that expect some kind of inputs and give you some kind of outputs, and description of how it is schema for API. And formerly Swagger, now called Open API specification, is a specification of how to describe them. And this is what OpenAI already is using to do something similar to what Anthropic is doing with Model Context Protocol, as far as I can say. So far, like my first impressions were, well, it's the same thing, it's just that they gave their own name. But what's interesting is that they provide so-called MCP servers. This is providers of the APIs that have some kind of API that then assistants can use. And AI applications or assistants are consumers of those APIs. They read the specification and then can make calls to those APIs to get some kind of information from them on behalf of the user. Again, this is the same thing that OpenAI did with actions. It's just that something does feel a little bit different in a sense that, uh, like, that I would say that my feeling about what OpenAI did is that they said, okay, here is how you describe any API to use, so that our models can use it. Well, here it feels a little bit more disconnected to some extent from Anthropic so that others can use it. Non-Anthropic models communicating with non-Anthropic services using this. So, yeah, interesting. What's also interesting is that they publish specification. What's interesting also, they do allow local MCP servers to be connected to Claude desktop app. Now, this is a little bit different. I do want to even copy and paste it into our findings that this is different so far. Why? Because, let's say it's one. Because ChatGPT can't connect to local ones, only globally hosted ones. So that's one of the differences. I wonder how that looks so far. It looks good. So this is what I know about them. Another thing that is interesting here is that they have open source repository. Let's go there. Oh, they have even a website for it. Yeah, so they have a website for documentation. There is TypeScript SDK and Python SDK. Good, two most popular languages, I guess, these days. So your first MCP servers and so on and so on. Yeah, and they have a GitHub repository where we can see reference servers. So they have a repository of example servers you can download and already start using with desktop app. And they have such servers like Brave Search, which is internet search, fetch, ability to fetch website content, ability to manipulate file system, ability to work with GitHub, GitLab, and Git in general, ability to connect to Google Drive, Google Maps, ability to work with some kind of knowledge graph-based persistent memory system. Actually, kind of interesting. Which one is that? Yeah, I'm not sure it's gonna work out of the box. Anyways, working with Postgres, working with Puppeteer, which is browser automation and web scraping framework. So you can connect local Claude to a thingy that can browse, that can manipulate browser and do web scraping. Very interesting. Sentry. This is for developers. This is a system that tracks error, so we can retrieve and analyze issues from your like that are reported into Sentry from your software, like your software. Slack. Yeah, business communication tool. A lot of people want some kind of AI features of managing information avalanche that happens in Slack for businesses. So it's interesting. Now you can connect Slack to Claude this way. It could be a little bit challenging, as usually in organizations. There are limits in how much you can give access to third-party tools to Slack. So probably not going to work out of the box for many orgs. You need like administrator allowance because there is a lot of proprietary information in Slack. So bit weird to connect it to third-party tools. SQLite, another database. So this is the reference servers they provide, but there are already official third-party servers for managing Cloudflare. So industry seems to be adopting this a little bit. There is Raygun, which is crash and monitoring, something similar to Sentry. There is E2B, which is one of the code editing websites. We can probably go and see it a little bit. Okay, so it's open source. It is, oh, it's MCP server. Anyways, coding tool that can be connected to Claude now. Then there is serverless Postgres, something around ClickHouse. I think it's also some kind of database. Search thingy for crawling, searching, and sitemaps. Yeah, Quadrant, vector database. A lot of interesting things. There are some community servers. So these come from official third-party companies. So companies are providing their servers to be used with Claude. And there are community servers. There is some kind of server that allows installing servers. There is a server that allows you to allow Claude to manipulate your Spotify, I guess. There's something about Apache, BigQueries, and it's open source repository with pull requests. And there are already pull requests for adding all kinds of other servers. Something about IVS. There are servers for Playwright, another tool for testing and websites and automating and scraping them. There are some kind of, yeah, okay. So people are adding, yeah, there's Obsidian community server. So you can connect Claude to Obsidian now. And yeah, they're expanding the server for GitHub to allow search. Interesting that they didn't have search. Issue management functionalities as well. So people are adding pull requests to expand and add other servers to the list. So in that sense, what I would also add is that there seem to be more adoption of making such servers. Why? Something is a little bit weird about how OpenAI and ChatGPT went about it. I don't think I saw a lot of examples and references. I even ended up doing my own. So if you would go to my account, no. Can I go to my repositories, my account? I want to see my profile. Yeah, okay. So if you would go to my profile and would go to repositories, you would find that I did myself an example server somewhere. Yeah, custom ChatGPT action server boilerplate. I needed to create one because I haven't seen one. And it also includes local tunnel so that you can like connect to the server running on your local machine. By default, you cannot really connect ChatGPT to your local machine. So what's interesting about that is that yes, there seems to be more adoption for now. We'll see how it play out. It did seem that there will be more adoption of custom GPTs than there is, it seems. Yeah, we'll see. That what feels a little bit different so far. So, what else? And what do we have here? Okay, I think we can try to go to testing servers. And I was thinking to test a server from their list that can read file system first. We can see that it's in servers repo, src, file system, and this kind of thing. And the funny thing I wanted to try was to use, so I have custom GPT, ChatGPT, that can connect to local machine and manipulate it through terminal. And I want to create a similar tool for Claude now. And I think what we can do is that we can go to that server commander thing that I have that is connected to my local machine already. We can try and see, like let's run pvd command. So this is what will try to replicate by the end of the stream with Claude. You can see that I asked pvd and it ran and it sent the command pvd and got, hey, like currently I am in this folder. And what I want to do is I want to check out the repository and make ChatGPT for now to explore it. Here is repo. Go up a directory work and check out there that repo, the new folder for model context context protocol. servers. So let's see what ChatGPT will do in this case. Okay, go to that folder and read README. Probably not seeing everything I write, sorry. Should be better now. Okay, so it checked out the repository. I can try to open the work folder and see if it, like, what did it do exactly? Let's see. So it went up a directory. It cloned the repo into folder like this. So it should be on M. Model context protocol servers. So it checked it out and it read the README. Cool. So this is what ChatGPT already can do for me, but the problem is that it's a little bit hard to set up. I do have a video about it somewhere, like here, but not many people succeeded in like setting it up for their machine. So I wonder if it's going to be easier for Claude for people. Okay, let's go back to ChatGPT. So it read the README with various kind of things. So I want to set up file system server to use for my Claude desktop app. What do I need to do? Let's see if it's gonna say what needs to be done. So it will need to install dependencies, navigate to the folder, install the required packages there, configure the server. So look for configuration file. Let's first then go to that server folder and list files. If there is README, read it, then tell me what to do next to do it. Yeah, another problem that I have with this, it sometimes errors with 502 because I do it through local tunnel and it's a little bit flaky connection. But it tried again. This time it worked. Oh, okay, it didn't because it didn't find the directory. What the hell is happening? Oh, I guess the response was too big. Like it's searching for the directory. So yeah, in some situation it doesn't work too well. Still trying. Okay, so it tried a lot and it finally arrived. This is actually an example of how I think agents are at this point. They are a little bit confused. Sometimes to arrive at the like how many commands did it run in the end? It ran one, it failed due to like network problem. It ran the second one, it failed because it didn't find it where it wanted. Then it made search. It did more findings. It went, it looked for more. Then it switched using global path and listed the files. And then it read a file. Yeah, it read the file. README for file system. So, okay, install. Then we need to do a configuration for Claude in Claude configuration folder. We will ask it to find it later. It should be so interesting. Anyways, run install. let it install the thing. To run server with Claude, define allowed directories by editing Claude config in your app. Okay, we'll need to find that. Start the server. Okay, we will test. So we asked it to install. Apparently it did. We can try to see here. This is, let's see. Yeah, it did install 20 packages. Okay, let's see. How do I find config for Claude? To configure Claude, locate the config here. Can you open that folder in Finder? Let's see what's gonna happen. Try again. Huh, something's off. I do hope that Claude's gonna work better with this. Let me see again. I'm still getting like errors with local tunnel. Again. Something's very bad. Show me command you are running. Let's try to run that on terminal ourselves. Let me open a new window for terminal and try to do that. And Claude does not exist. Okay. Let's go for README. So that's where, again, agents kind of failed. So this is description of the tools. File system license. Add this to. Let's try to search with ChatGPT how to find this using internet. How to find that Mac. I'm on Mac. On Windows, you will need to do slightly different thing. Okay, will this work? Yeah, it's curious. Where is Claude? We can try to do though is can you search my computer for Claude folder? Right. See if this is gonna work. I think I just need to restart the server. Something went weird. Oops. Try again. Okay, this time it did work. So it's searching. So, but it apparently is. So if we're gonna go up to here, and then to library. Is library here? No. Maybe it's applications? No. Okay, needed to test that before stream to not spend time here. So it is library. Can we open library? We could. Then there is application support. And then there is Claude. And then there is, not sure what there is. Config JSON. It could be that we need to create the file. Ah, let's quickly. So on Mac, we go there to Claude. We need to create it. Okay, locate the configure or interesting. I do not see that file in that folder. There is config JSON though. Search should I create? We can create. Okay. What we can do is that we can copy path name, go here and ask it go to create file with needed config. Could be that we need to. So there is a list apparently of paths that we will be allowing to file server to access. So I think I will want to give it access to my work folder. So the configuration has been successfully created. This config file, blah, blah, blah. I want you to allow you to go here, copy, change it so that allowed folder is this. So ChatGPT should have created for me that folder. Let's go back to Claude. Let's see, it did create. Let's open with the text editor. Let's check. Oh my God, what the hell is that? Wait, it's wrong. I opened the wrong thing. One more time. Doesn't open. The hell? Open, 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 open. Oh, here it is. Okay, so it allows to go to documents. No, I don't want to. And work folder. Okay. Seems to be okay. Okay, now in theory, let's go back to file server folder and run the server. I also heard that now I need to restart the Claude. Here I have Claude. I will exit from it. Yeah, something didn't work exactly with it. Let's take a look. So I want to go here in terminal then. Let's try to do that. Okay, we are right. We installed, everything's here. Where's config? And we need to run this correctly. Let's try. Okay, seems to be running. Next, we need to figure out how this will work here. I wonder, settings, do we have BI console, BS settings, light, BI console. Let's go back here. Oh, okay. Now we do see available tools. Create directory, get file info, list allow directories, and so on. Okay. Can you check if there is directory for uh, model context protocol servers? Okay, our first chat with Claude, it asks allow tool from file system local run search files from file system, allow for this chat or allow once, allow for this chat. So I guess it will not be asking anymore. So now it wants run list allow directories. Okay. And we can see what it did. It asked to search, access denied, kind of weird. Okay, now it does search here. And it takes time. I wonder if we see anything in here. Yeah, so the server is not logging anything. So we don't even know what the hell is happening. Would be nice to try to log a little bit in console to see what server is doing. Yes, I found a directory, but it took its time. What it wants to do is list files. So it exists, it appears to be TypeScript JavaScript project with standard project file, including src directory. Check src directory. We will ask Claude now to edit itself, edit its own tool. It looks like src contains multiple subdirectories. Okay, we have a bunch of those things here now. Okay, now I'm interested in file system. So go, okay, check files in file system folder. So it's reading files deeper. I need to always say, okay, like ChatGPT works a little bit better in that sense that you say it once and for a chat, and then it's not even for a chat, for custom GPT, you trust this tool always, or you want to confirm each time. Okay, so it checked the file. This appears to be a secure file system server implementation. What did it do actually? So it read file, which file? Index.ts. Oh, it read the index.ts. So it already read a bunch of things. It read the README, it read the file system, README, and index.ts file. It even shows what its response was. So here is the whole server. So now Claude knows how the server works, and we can speak about it. So it says there are file operations, there are security features like path validation, restricted to allow directory specific to a startup, symlink resolution and validation. That's kind of nice. Tool implementation. Okay, well-defined schemas for all operations, comprehensive error handling, clear documentation, blah, blah. Okay, so now we can start asking it questions. So what we did learn so far, Uh, test. So we tested file server. What I can also say so far, setup on first try is a bit confusing. You need to create file for config. Is it still? No. So what was the file? This was the file. You need to create file for config. If it's not there, it asks each time if even if I allowed it for current chat, it seems. Though maybe not really, or is it? Because it did run multiple commands and like maybe it's different types of commands. So maybe not. Let's remove that for now. Maybe not. So this is what we learned so far. Maybe also, yeah, we already said that it works with local server, which is faster and more reliable than what I do with ChatGPT with local tunnel. Okay, so what else do we want to do? So I think we can start trying to ask Claude to do this. Uh, I want to make, no, first I have some questions though. Maybe it's easier to do it which way? Uh, so yeah, file system. I would take a server. So I want to answer one question first in how they're different in schemas. So thing is that OpenAI uses Open API schema, and I can show it to you for Server Commander. OpenAI use Open API schema. What does MCP use and how they confirm? How they uh, compare? So let's do this part. Uh, show me schema that server uses to describe its API. While it does that, we can go to Server Commander and I will show you how schema for that looks for comparison. I did wrote a couple of such schemas before, so they are usually pretty verbose. Here it is. The schema is OpenAPI 3.10.1.0.0, whatever, like versions, terminal for ChatGPT. And then there are paths to you can call. You can call restart. You can call for logs. You can call for API server URL. You can call for a read or edit file, and so on and so on. Like, and then for each, you need to describe that it's get or post. There are some descriptions for AI to understand when and like why, what this is, when to call it, and why. There's this name for command. And then there are responses in case of everything going like everything working smoothly. The response will be 200. And then you need to describe the response, which in this case is JSON with such a schema, which there's like type object with properties, message, which is string. And it's a string message indicating that the application is restarting, and so on and so on. So this is how schemas are in for custom GPTs and ChatGPT. For Claude, let's see. Is that all it showed? Yeah, here is the schema. Okay, looking at the code, the server uses Zod schemas to define its API, which are then converted to JSON schema. How is this same or different from Open API schemas like this? And I will give it part of the schema we have for ChatGPT to compare. Let's see. and we'll just close. Oh, there is, give me a sec. Where is this open? Oh, here. Okay. Okay, how is this different from schemas like this one? And we just close. Let's see what Claude will say. Let me compare these two API description approaches. Key differences. Protocol communication model. Open API is designed for HTTP REST APIs, defining paths, HTTP methods, get, post, it, and endpoint URLs. MCP model is designed for tool-based interactions where each tool is callable function rather than HTTP endpoint. So this is an interesting distinction. Custom GPTs actions were made to call server APIs. So methods and tools that are in internet on URLs that are publicly accessible. While MCP seems to be a little bit different. But it is a server still though. No, wait a second. I am a little bit confused. Let's go back to repository. What do we give it to it as a config? So there are servers called like this. I'm not sure why it needs a command. Let's go back and see like Brave search. So I'm actually not sure how they call it. Hmm. Yeah, something interesting. I will, if I learn, I will add to README. I think this is an interesting distinction. The example of a schema, okay, structure, URLs, endpoints, is organized tools, OpenAPI has specific section for paths, components, security schemas. Okay, see, focus on tool definitions with their input. Response handling is simpler success error model with content and is error flag. Okay, OpenAI style, similarities, both are JSON, okay. So it seems like from our learnings, what we can add here is that and we can say that MCP schema to define HTTP calls. Oops. CP defines tool calls. So why time it? So it still feels that MCP works with servers, but it looks like it works only with local servers. When I was starting, it seems like Claude Desktop can't work with servers on internet, meaning that like with ChatGPT, with my custom GPT, I can install the server on somewhere on the internet as long as it has domain or local tunnel for local use. I can connect ChatGPT to it. It seems like currently there is a limitation for Claude. I will be able to use local tools with it. I will not be able to connect to like remote machines with this kind of thing. Or maybe I will be able to, but the locally run server will need to do it. It's kind of interesting. Okay, interesting. We did learn something interesting here, right? Uh, by the way, oh, we have a couple of highs in the chat. Hi, guys. Hi, John. Her Emmer Witty. Hey there. Okay, so what else we gonna do? Yeah, we wanted to get to here, right? So we tested the server and we want to start doing our own server now. Okay, can you create a new server folder in SRC? Call it terminal. then make files there that mirror file server. And I will want to create a new server that gives Claude ability uh, ability call terminal commands using node server. I could give it example. I think Claude is by now smart enough to pull this off on its own. So allow. So what it does is it creates a directory. Uh, yeah, okay, it created a directory. It created a README file. Interesting. So it creates main index.ts file. So there's server, transport, this kind of things. Okay, now it has exec and spawn and child processes. It's promissify, again, Zod schemas, OS, and process. So it has exec async, promissify exec. So it will use exec, which is curious. May work better. So Claude's gonna recreate big part of my of work I did last summer with ChatGPT and like still doing a lot myself. So there are validation of commands, like there are allowed commands. What? What's happening? Let's see. Yeah, they have a white list of commands for security reasons. We can add more later. View result, write file. So there's task config. Okay, which should be similar. Core functionality. It seems like it did this thing. I wonder what it said in README. Where did it create the README file? There should be example of what I need to add. So we will need to run that. I still want to be running the file system server. So we're gonna go to work. I'm gonna go to model context servers. Let's go to SRC. Then go to terminal folder, do npm install. Okay. Huh. Interesting. So it did something wrong about the read file server package JSON. Again, you did something wrong with, like if I was in ChatGPT, I could be dictating this stuff again. Still, Claude is a little bit missing features. I see John is asking a question. Can't you proxy it? I guess you're asking about connecting to a remote server. I have no idea how it actually connects. It seems like it connects to things on local host. So you would need to have MCP server that does the proxying or something. Basically, you will need to some kind of like remote access MCP server running locally and only then access other servers through that. That's how it seems at the moment. Okay, so read file server package JSON again. You did something wrong with terminal package JSON when I run install. I get this. Let's see if it can fix it. So I wonder, I actually want to open this thing in my code editor of choice. Let's go to work. Let's go to model context protocol thing. Where is it? Here it is. Let's open this in EDF choice for me. And I want to see. So here we have servers. Here we have file system package. I want to check myself. So we have dependency. Yeah, it seems it created like Claude hallucinated the wrong dependency. Interesting. Let's go to terminal one. So where is terminal? Terminal. Dependencies for, so there is SDK 101, 101. I wonder if it's changed already. Okay, let's try again. Yeah, this time it worked. So it hallucinated the incorrect version of a dependency for the servers. So, okay, now we have a new server. And give me config to add. Oh, give me config to add to Claude. Honestly, whatever. Add to, okay, Claude config to get access to this new server too. We need to also try to run it. What was like npm start or what? Oh no, there was like npx something. What was the command? Don't remember. Here it was. Huh. Let's actually ask Claude how to run it. Okay, so to add terminal, we'll need to add this. Let's try. That's one thing we need to do. Okay, we now have terminal. We'll need to restore Claude. But how do I run the server? I wonder. So npm run build. What is it doing? Decided to create a directory. Huh. Let's ask it to add command that builds and runs. Call it start to package. I'm not sure it's gonna work. It's kind of interesting that the other ones. Actually, let's take a look at other servers, like fetch. Let's take a look at fetch. What is package? Oh, fetch is Python based. Yeah, so there are Python based servers as well. Okay, let's take everything. What? Brave search. Okay, Brave search is JavaScript based. Scripts build, prepare, watch, or build. Why is it? It's kind of interesting. I think there is a reason why it's running it this way. Okay, let's go back to file. Yeah, so it is the same. So I honestly suspect we need to run it in similar fashion as this. Server file system. This part is confusing. Let's ask ChatGPT what it thinks. To answer a chat question to John, I want to give Claude access to terminal. After which we can try to make Claude to set up and run other servers. Basically, give Claude ability to control my machine through the terminal, similar to what ChatGPT Server Commander does with ChatGPT. Okay. Mm, terminal. Well, let's try, but I have a suspicion that we need to do it differently. PM start. Though it is running, showing the same command, so maybe we don't need to run it through this, which is interesting. We could try. What we need to do now is we need to exit from Claude, restart it so it picks up a new configuration, and see if we have a tool here. I don't think I see the tool. Read file, move file, list directory. Uh, okay, I do see that. If I'm making my own server, how do I run it? Why the file is run through? So I've tried to create my own server, and I don't think I see it in available tools. Let's take a look at what we actually did there. So this is file system, this is this. And what are we exposing as a command? Process, server. I think it actually is not exposing tools. Okay, it does. Let's compare. Now it's similar. Secure file system server. Okay. Get file state, search files. So this is, yeah, then we have server, set request handler, and there is a list of tools. Okay, there's a list of tools. Handler. Okay. Run server. We are allowing. Okay, that's how file system one works. This one also sets request handler, returns tools, execute command, list processes, kill process, get environment, get all environmental variables. Okay, interesting. Set request handler. Execute. Okay, so this is one that does these things. It runs commands. Let's see. Um, so run server connects stdio connect. Okay, run server catch. Does look similar. So it should in theory work. We have it here. Did we actually save this? So Let me once more go here, open it with text editor. Yes, we have terminal, oops, terminal running here. It's described. It's called like this. So I wonder if we can unpage that. Not sure it's gonna work. Okay, let's try. What if we run it in similar fashion? How that was run. So it was run with npx and this thing npx. Okay, let's exit Claude again. Open it. Wait for tools to load. Huh, tools not loading. I wonder if there are errors. Okay, system npx. So something did happen, but tools are not loading at all now. Okay, what if we remove this? Let's test. Save. Get it back. Close this. Close the Claude. Open it again. And it seems I broke the thing. Okay, let's do this. Okay, this is terminal server. Let's remove it. Let's close it. We don't have it here. Restart the Claude. So I don't know, my feelings for now are that it's not super easy. Because I just don't see the tools at all anymore. As if I broke something. Okay, this thing is a little bit early for a usual user. Okay, let's see. So this is here. Let's also restart the this one. This is here. I restart the Claude. And it seems I broke this thing somehow. Okay. What should we do now? Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong server. Okay, we didn't change anything about files, and it's not working anymore. It's kind of interesting. It like terminal did work, but so what is it that I broke? I added a new server. I've closed it. And even after that, it's not loading the tools. Is there some kind of way to debug that? Feature preview, that's here. Appearance, settings. using that. Okay, cool. Or rather, not cool. It could be that topic of my stream is over. I'm not sure when I will be able to fix that. Let's try again for the last time, and I maybe will need to conclude the stream here. That this is still very early beta. Okay, let's see. And maybe I will make a video later if I figure it out. So let's test something. Validate JSON. Maybe there is a JSON error in this thing now. It's valid. So this is the valid state of this thing. Okay, good. Let's close it. Now let's go and close all these things. So this one's not running. I've closed it. This one's running again. Okay, config is correct. Last check, starting Claude. And tools are here. Okay, okay, we're back a little bit. So now we go and run a new server. Seems to be working. It's surprising for me that this works, but okay. We close this or not. Yeah, we need to edit the config again. Okay, let's do it this way. Let's do it by hand this time. So apparently it should be like this. Should be a new thing, terminal. Wait, this part looks a little bit different. Ah, no wonder I think this was wrong. Let's try again to take a look. Though it's also somewhat broken here, but okay. So this is yes, and this. Let's copy this and change a little bit and see what's gonna happen. So we need a new thing here. It's gonna be called terminal. It's the same except for that we run it like this. From small letter, terminal bigs should be like this. And I don't think it needs any args. Let's, to be sure, validate this. It's valid. We saved. Servers running. Right? Both servers are running. We restart the Claude. And we get 9 tools, but no terminal tool. Hmm. Okay. Seems it's harder to do than just this. So I will need to do a little bit more digging. So what we can conclude so far from stream, it is not as straightforward to run for now. We tested only file server. We tried to write like We tried, but Claude is not picking up our server, and it's hard to figure out what is wrong. Okay, now what I will do next is, no, we're not committing yet, though I guess we can. So what I want to research next is how to debug why Claude is not picking up my own MC multiple servers. So where I can see errors. So the question is, how do we debug to see what is wrong? Verify configuration, that we did. Logs. So there are logs. Okay, interesting. Let's try to find that. It says that there should be logs. Are there? Library. There are logs. Oh, okay, interesting. There are logs. Okay, so we can debug it a little bit. Connected to MCP server terminal. So it did connect. Huh. But there was no other errors. So it connected and doesn't work. So I guess there is some kind of issue with schema that we're returning to it. Okay. Okay, there is terminal log, file system log. Okay. Error. You must supply command. Execute binaries from npm packages. Okay. And what the log says to this? Huh. You must supply command. Okay. Interesting. So we do not have file system access anymore, but I've checked logs for MCP and this server does not work, and in logs I get this. What? Even though it doesn't show that a tool have access, it still tries to access them. What the hell is it doing? It's editing a file even though it doesn't have access currently. Click, I don't have tools here. Yeah, apologize for error. Yeah, it doesn't have polite permissions. So, but we can copy this thing. Okay, weird. So it wanted to rewrite the file to make some kind of changes. Yeah, tool write not found. Of course, it's not found. Let's try to update the file then. For now by hand. Yeah, we can't. There is some syntax issues. Oh, because it escaped. Okay, so what do we do? What do we do? So, what do we do? We will, for now, remove the tool. We will close the server. We will restart Claude. It's kind of interesting that it doesn't really pick up things from first restart. So I did remove the config. It doesn't have terminal server anymore, right? It is valid schema. Where is validator? Valid schema. Server is not running. The config once more doesn't have this. So we start the Claude and it doesn't pick, oh, it pick up the tools. Okay. I gave you tool access. Try again. So it's writing the server, but what did it say? I see. I guess I was not giving it a list of commands when you run. Yeah, okay. I wonder if this is gonna work this time. So the server is running. Need to add it to config again. Oh, not this way. So it's gonna be terminal. It's gonna use this namespace. It doesn't need augment this time. It should be from small. We can save it, close it, exit the Sting, the Claude, and try. Oh, interesting. Now it does say that there is an error. Okay, my config is wrong. At least it tells me that something is wrong. Okay. I have a mistake somewhere in config, right? So, yeah, we didn't close, or did we? Yeah, we didn't close this. Close, close, start. Still no tools. I mean, there are tools, but not mine. Guess we need to go check logs again. Okay, what's this time? Error 404, something not found. Okay. Okay, makes sense. Let's try to start it the way we started before, just with start command. Exit Claude again. Start the Claude again. Wait a second. Huh. I still must supply a command. Okay, secure. Let's try to take a look at the code. Are we expecting arguments? So I wonder if we go and change the config again. Okay, we need to go to here. Thing. Is this about this not having any kind of, doesn't matter. Okay, there is an argument that is similar. Close, close. I'll need to figure out why it cares about this. See, still nothing. Okay. Okay, so we need to check the logs again. Logs. This time it's empty. What? No, it's not empty. Ah, okay. It does need something about this in config. Okay, didn't get that. Okay, so it does require something to be in here as an argument. Let's take a look again. Why? Why is that the error? No such file or directory that add or work condition. So this is the directory where it starts working. That is interesting. And it requires index. So is this? Give me absolute path. Let's go here. I'm actually gonna open a new Finder window. And we restart the server. Then restart this. Command not found. So it's written in a way where it does pass a command. Hmm. No, I don't understand something about how it works. Args. Killer request args. I wonder if we're gonna just give it a less. Or what commands do we have in whitelist for now? Yeah, less is allowed. Get it? We did that. What now? Oh, it's still not working. Now it's empty. But Claude doesn't pick up tools. What is about the MCP log? Oh, yeah, okay, that was interesting. And nothing. Now there's like nothing in log, but it still doesn't pick up anything. Okay, let's exit. Let's restart the server. Let's go to Claude. Nothing so far, and nothing here. Okay, I'm really running out of ideas of what is not right here. I probably will need to take a break. I think this is where we will be wrapping up the stream. Did fail to get to something usable in that sense. So yeah, conclusion so far is this. It is different in that it doesn't work with HTTP requests. It works with local servers, and there are some very opinionated things on how it should work, which I even failed to make run in the stream. It does work with files pretty well, from what I saw. It will be interesting to test other servers, which I will. Probably I will make another video when this all works. I will still need to figure out why the hell my own server doesn't work in this situation. But I will take a break, refresh my head, and we'll try again. So this is what we learned so far in this stream. I probably will make more videos on this a little bit later when I do make this work and I figure out why it didn't work. For now, thank you if you were here, and see you next time.